Hi, and welcome to our series, Living with PTSD. I'm Dr. Judy Wesolowski, and this is my good friend, Gail Golden. Gail, can you tell us a little bit about yourself in this program?
I have PTSD. I've been experiencing PTSD triggers since 2009, and I've got some tips and some ideas that help me deal with PTSD, and I hope it will help you too.
Great.
Yeah.
As you know, I'm a board-certified OBGYN, and I'm certified in wound care and hyperbaric medicine. So I'm not a psychologist, I'm not a psychiatrist, I'm not an expert in PTSD. Mainly, we're here just to share the ideas for people to have.
Yes.
And if you are having trouble and you need help, please seek help. Just don't try to self-diagnose. You ready?
I'm ready. Go
All
for
right.
it, Dr. Judy. Okay.
All right. So, Gail, what is PTSD?
There's a lot of different ways people can define PTSD. What helps me is looking at it this way. When you're in a traumatic situation, your subconscious makes a decision, not necessarily your conscious. And it makes a decision to either fight, flight, or freeze. Fight means you stop the traumatic thing from happening. Flight means you got away from it and you're safe. And freeze means you're just there and you experienced it. You may have disassociated. You may not even remember experiencing it because it was so traumatic, but you're still there. So PTSD means you never got safe. Part of your brain is still in that traumatic situation. You're in an advanced state of shock.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
How does one know if they have PTSD?
You don't know.
Really?
You know, surprise.
Really?
Until you start getting triggers. The triggers are things that remind your subconscious of the traumatic situation. Triggers could be a lot of different things. They could be emotional. You could experience a lot of fear or anxiety. You could anger very easily. Triggers could be that suddenly you're obsessive compulsive and you've never been like that before. Triggers could be very physical. You have to keep running to the bathroom. You think you've got irritable bowel syndrome. You can't eat. Your stomach is in knots. And the main big one, you can't sleep. And the reason you get these triggers is because your brain, your limbic system, thinks you're in danger. It's anytime you're experiencing whatever it is that reminds it of the traumatic event. So it's sending through your vagus nerve cortisol and adrenaline throughout your body, everywhere, arms and legs and stomach and heart. Your heart's beating fast, your blood pressure goes up. Then you're like, why is this happening to me? I shouldn't be scared of this, or this shouldn't have made me so angry, or why can't I sleep all of a sudden? That's how you know you've got a challenge.
And does this, is this heightened sense of response continuous? Does it ever wax and wane?
Yeah.
Or?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. It comes and goes when you're triggered.
Okay.
But you may not understand why something's even triggering you.
Interesting. Okay. In a traumatic situation, why do some people develop PTSD and some don't?
There'd be a whole lot of different reasons about that. Kind of the main situation, but certainly not the only one that people think about often with PTSD, is soldiers on the battlefield. So let's say there were 4 soldiers and they were all friends with each other and they were in a battle together and one of them was killed. Okay. Mm-hmm. The 3 soldiers who are still alive, maybe 2 of them don't get PTSD and one of them does. So it's why. It could be so many. It could be biological. It could be the size of the guy's hippocampus who gets PTSD. It could be that he was closer to the person who passed away than the other ones. It could be that the people who don't get PTSD took care of the situation right away and got therapy or started in on medication right away. Mm-hmm. There's a lot of different reasons. It could be that something happened to the people who didn't get PTSD spontaneously, and this is like, we have a mutual friend, Elise.
Yes, we do.
Elise was in a car accident, and she told me that right afterwards she felt very calm, and she dealt with the police and the insurance stuff and everything. But she said a very interesting thing happened to her when she got home. She started to shake. She said she was shaking for an hour or so. And I said, Elise, that's great. That means this won't traumatize you. You got over it. Shaking it off is akin to running away from the situation. It's action.
okay.
It moves you out of that shocked, frozen state. So it happens. The limbic system that people have, it's the same as all mammals have.
Okay.
And my brother was telling me a similar story. He's got a little dog.
Okay.
And he had the little dog out for a walk, and she was attacked by a bigger dog.
Oh, no.
So she wasn't hurt.
Oh, good.
You know you like dogs.
I love dogs.
Don't worry about
I
it. She
love
wasn't
dogs.
hurt. But my brother grabbed his dog and took the dog inside, and he said to me the weirdest thing happened. Scout shook for about 2 hours. We thought she
Really?
was having convulsions, and I said, no,
Wow.
she was shaking off the trauma. She won't be traumatized about going for a walk again or anything like that because she completed the cycle. She moved away from frozen.
Now, I might be jumping the gun here, but so if someone has a traumatic situation, should they shake?
Yeah.
Is it something you can do yourself,
Yes.
or do you have to wait for the body to naturally do it?
Well, if the body naturally does it, that's
great.
spiffy, yeah. But you don't have to wait, and we're going to talk about that more in upcoming episodes of this series too. You can just shake. You can do it like a dance, or I lie down flat on the floor.
Okay.
You don't have to think about it. Just get yourself going. You'd be surprised what happens. Sometimes your shoulders are shaking or your head's going back and forth. Sometimes it's your arms or your torso or your legs or everything. You just do it. Yes, it's what animals do naturally.
That's incredibly interesting.
Yeah.
Now, I heard a lot of people who have PTSD did very well during the pandemic. Why is that?
For once, our PTSD helped us. It was great. Well, to us, the world is not a safe place. We know that. So we're hyper vigilant. So the minute, where you started hearing about, you better get hand sanitizer, you better get candle, we went running out. We didn't say, oh, it'll blow over, oh, it's nothing much. No, we took action. The other thing that was helpful to a lot of people who have PTSD, and everybody's different, but the fact that other people were starting, nobody wants anybody else to get PTSD,
Right.
but the fact that other people were starting to understand how we feel all the time made us feel less alone,
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
Well, yeah, that was one good thing about a really bad thing, right?
Yes.
Right.
Well, that's our first session. So thank you very much for watching, and join us next time when we talk about medications.
Yes, great.
Isn't that
Good.
wonderful?
Yeah,